magnet that is very popular in Germany. I don't know if it's popular anywhere else. Like, and it just says, if this is the solution, I want my problem back. And after
tweet, to go in the fridge and tweet whatever is there.
No, it's just a thing. People hang it somewhere. I saw it as a fridge magnet. It's probably available as a postcard too. It's just one of those things that people hang up somewhere.
Okay.
And at some point, I just adapted that to Agile. And the reason I like this so much is in most cases that I see today, people treat Agile as a solution. They treat it as a goal. They treat it as something they need to achieve. And that's totally futile in my experience, for various reasons. Because what you said, it's about mindset. I don't like that word too much because I see that used a lot as a judgmental term, like you cannot be Agile because you have the wrong mindset. That's how I perceive many people in the Agile community to think or to speak, and I think that's disrespectful. But yes, it is about mindset, but mostly it is about a journey. So Agile is a way of changing. It's not something you achieve, it's not something you get. It's something you are on the way by being incremental, by being iterative, by being by doing this inspect and adapt thing. And to me, it's not about how you work, but it's about how you change how you work. So Agile leadership to me is not how you lead, it's how you change how you lead, right? If you are in a context where everybody around you is used to being told what to do every day, as I said yesterday, you going to a course and then, oh, I'm Agile now, and you just like, no, please self-organize, you are free now, right? People will just go, fuck you. That's not what they need. That's not what they're used to, and this will not work. But coming back with the intention, what if I created the condition for these people to self-organize? And this is tying back to the conversation we had yesterday. So don't treat Agile as something that you can apply as a recipe, as a solution, as a goal, as a target.
It's not
But
working for everything.
I think it is working on for everything when you treat it like this. When you say Agile is about how you change. So what I find totally stupid, for instance, when a big organization, which means an organization with more than 10 people or more than 3 departments or whatever, says we want to all be Agile. What does that mean? Does that mean we're all using Post-its every day? Does it mean we're all using Jira? Does it mean that we're all using Scrum? Do we all sprint every day? What does it mean? To me, being Agile would mean that in every department or in every business unit or in every whatever, in every group, we would get together in a sensible rhythm and check, does the way we work actually achieve its purpose? Does the way we relate to each other actually make us effective? So for the people who are writing the invoices, right? They probably don't need to get together every week and change and think about how they should change how they write invoices. Because I've not seen any company on the planet who have a business advantage against their competition by the way that they're more effectively writing invoices than everybody else. Very rarely. So they can probably get together once a quarter and talk about, like, how do we treat each other, right? Is the way we treat each other worth inspecting and adapting? Is there a new regulation that we need to take into account? Because their world changes at a different pace, right? Then you have a different group of people in the same organization, and they are supposed to develop the top-notch new products. And they are, like when you look at the model, right, their level of unknown is very, very different. They need to inspect and adapt maybe every day what they do, how they do it, whom they do it with, whom they do it for, because they might be actually looking for totally novel solutions, things that have never been done before. And again, then you have a product development group working on a product that's active in the market and that has customers, and the customers have requests, and marketing has ideas, and they have a complex environment with dozens of stakeholders. They probably cannot iterate every day because the system is too big. They probably can also not afford to iterate every quarter because then everybody would like, hey, we need some results here, right? Etc. So it depends on context. So agility to me means that all of the people involved, all of the leaders involved, and in some areas this might be everybody, right? In the group where everybody's just developing something totally new, you probably need people who are almost everybody a leader, in the sense of, I'm taking responsibility for this, I'm checking everything, I'm checking if it makes sense, I say very early if I see a problem. You don't want that kind of people writing invoices. A, it would create a lot of chaos in the invoicing department, and B, their talent would be wasted. Because maybe they improve their invoices every day, but it doesn't make a difference because your company doesn't make any money from writing invoices. So I do believe that Agile works everywhere. I do very much like Martin Fowler's quote, it's probably 20 years ago, you should only use Agile for projects you want to be successful. But that doesn't mean you should do Scrum everywhere. It doesn't mean you should use Post-its everywhere. It doesn't mean you should sprint everywhere. Any single method only works within the context. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And this is why I don't think Agile is a solution. Right? Agile is a journey, is a way of improvement. And the flip side of this is I see a lot of people in a lot of organizations who are just tired and sick of Agile because it's been pushed down their throats. Because somebody comes and says, oh, we're doing Agile now. And by the way, this is for you because this is supposed to liberate the workers. This is supposed to free the developers and it's supposed to make you happy. And then it doesn't. The way you do it is not making me happy. So can we please stop doing it? No, because this is for you. And I'm like, no. So when you read blog posts about the death of Agile and the dark side of Agile and stuff like that, you will read this. And I see especially developers or like workers on the working level who are just tired of all of this hype and all of this thing. And this is I want my problem back, right? If this is the solution, this is not what I asked for. So that's the background of that quote. That this approach doesn't work. It doesn't work if I'm responsible for a company and I say, oh, you should be working this way because I've heard that this is really, really cool, so you need to change all of this, etc. And then after 2 years coming like, oh no, now you need leaders who tell you what to do. No, if I want to change the organization I'm responsible for, the first thing that I need is a mirror. So the first question I ask a CEO who says, I want my organization is to change, is the first question, okay, is the current way that your organization runs, is that the result of your leadership? And they go like, yes. And I say, okay, and the company you want instead, what kind of leadership is that company going to need? Because they need to change first. Agile doesn't work bottom up or top down. Agile works when some people are interested in the change, and I do believe that when you have pilots or when you have pockets in the organization who have tried this and who tell others like this is cool and this is nice and we are successful, so when you have examples like that, but if you want to change the organization, then the leadership at the top needs to start changing. Otherwise it's going to be incoherent, right? Because they are asking other people to do something they don't do, and then we're back to the be an example thing. And the reason it will not work is, in the end, when push comes to shove, the people in the organization will do what these people pay attention to. So they will pay attention to the incentives, to the measures, to the KPIs, to the things that your organization actually values. And if anybody on the middle management layer will, no matter how intentional they are, no matter how much they love this idea, at some point they will go back like, oh, it's nearly the end of the month. Oh shit, we need to get this done. I need to find my report. Okay. Right? And that's, yeah. And that can only change if the people above you change what they value. If they change, okay, we are actually, whatever, we are valuing that you take time to develop yourself. We are valuing that you actually take a day a week or a day every 2 weeks to pause, to not be busy, but to actually reflect on how can you improve the work. Instead of having the expectations of still fulfilling every number, still making all the plans, still delivering anything that we decided to deliver 2 years ago, and change. Because, good morning. Because we don't have time for this. Bye.
getting